You have been building the wrong business credit score, not badly. You have probably been doing the work, vendor accounts, paying on time, watching a number climb. I want to be clear about this before I say anything else. That work is real and it counts. It is just that most people are watching one number. And the number that decides a real bank loan is usually a different one. Nobody tells you that because the company that shows you the first number is not the company that sells the second one. Your business does not have a credit score. It has several. They run on different scales. They measure different things. And one of them quietly reads your personal credit report. Let me show you which is which. I'm Flo. I teach you how to build personal credit and turn it into real business funding. If that is what you are working on, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification so these actually reach you. The free decoder for everything in this video is linked below. Start with the thing that trips everybody, including me, when I first went looking. On the personal side, there are 3 bureaus and for most purposes, one score everybody means. You say my credit score and a lender knows roughly what you mean. Business credit does not work like that. There are more than a dozen business bureaus and data aggregators collected on your company right now. And the big ones each publish their own score on their own scale. Dun & Bradstreet publish PAYDEX. Experian publish IntelliScore Plus. Equifax publish more than one commercial score. And FICO, the same FICO from the personal side, publish a small business score called SBSS. 4 names, 4 scales. None of them convert to each other. So when someone asks what your business credit score is, the honest answer is a question back. Which one and who is asking? Here is the part that costs money. A supplier deciding whether to give you net 30 terms is not looking at the same number as a bank deciding on a $100,000 loan. If you build for the supplier and apply to the bank, you did real work aimed at the wrong desk. PAYDEX is the one almost everybody starts with, and there is a good reason for that. It is the simplest score in the whole system. It runs 1 to 100 and it measures exactly one thing. Do you pay your bills on time? That is it. No mix of accounts, no age of file, no utilization, just payment timing. Now, here's the part I got wrong for a long time, and most of the internet still has wrong. 80 does not mean good. 80 means on time. That is Dun & Bradstreet's own table. 80 is prompt. 90 is paying at discount terms. 100 is anticipating, which means paying substantially early. Below 80, the numbers are days late. 70 is about 15 days past terms. 60 is 22. 50 is 30. So if you have been paying every invoice exactly on the due date for a year, and you are sitting at 80 and wondering why it would not move, nothing is broken. Hit the ceiling for the thing you are doing. Only way past 80 is to pay early. I say that gently because I know how much work goes into a clean year of on-time payments. The hard part. The next part is easier than the hard part. Net 30 invoice on day 15 instead of day 30 and watch what happens over a couple of reporting cycles. Thinking about PAYDEX that almost nobody mentions. It is dollar weighted. It is not an average of your payments. It is weighted by the size of them. Invoices paid early do not cancel one large invoice paid late. One big supplier and 4 small ones. The big one is most of your score. PAYDEX at all, you need a DUNS number, which is free from Dun & Bradstreet. Standard processing is up to 30 days. Expedited option, they say runs 8 business days. I'm not going to quote you a price for it because they do not publish one. Experian and Equifax are doing something different from Dun & Bradstreet, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. PAYDEX grades your past. These two forecast your future. Experian's business score is called
IntelliScore Plus, and it is trying to answer one question. How likely is this business to go seriously delinquent in the next 12 months? It pulls from hundreds of variables about the business and its owner, not just payment history. A precision point because this one is genuinely confusing. The version lenders see today, version 3 runs 300 to 850, the same shape as a personal FICO. The 1 to 100 version you will see on free tools is the older version 2. Both are real, they're just different vintages. And Experian do not publish official risk ranges for version 3. So any range chart you find online is somebody's interpretation, not Experian. Equifax issue more than one commercial score on different scales again, and they do not publish the ranges publicly either. I'm not going to put Equifax numbers on your screen. What matters is the category. One of theirs is about delinquency risk, and one is about whether the business survives. I could read across all three, and Bradstreet answer, does this company pay? Experian and Equifax answer, is this company about to stop paying? Apply cares about the first question. A lender writing real money cares about the second.
I want to stop here for a second because the next one changes how you think about all of this. A lot of people build business credit because they want a wall between their business and themselves. That is a completely reasonable thing to want. I have to be straight with you about it though. Of small firms carrying debt, 59% used a personal guarantee to secure it. That is the Federal Reserve's own survey, published this March. The guarantee is not the exception. It is the normal case. Business credit is a real thing that does real work. It is not a wall. Keep building it and keep your personal file clean because the next score is why.
FICO SBSS, Small Business Scoring Service. This is the one almost nobody bills for and the one most likely to be sitting between you and a bank loan. Here's what makes it different. It blends both sides. FICO says so on their own product page. The data pulls from major consumer and commercial sources. Your business payment history goes in, and so does your personal credit report, and out comes one number. The industry reports the range as 0 to 300. I want to flag that FICO themselves do not publish the range, so treat the number as widely reported rather than official. You cannot opt out of it. There is no version of building business credit that stops SBSS from reading your personal. That's why the mid-anchor matter. The part that is actually news, and the reason I wanted to make this episode this month. For years, the headline use of SBSS was Small Business Administration Lending. Every 7A small loan application gets pre-screened on it, and there was a minimum. You will still find 100 articles quoting 155 as that minimum. Some of them quote 140. Our own course material quoted 160, so out of date. The minimum went to 165 on June 1st, 2025. And then effective March 1st, 2026, the SBA retired the pre-screen entirely. Their own procedural notice says 7A small loan applications will no longer receive an SBSS score. Now hear me carefully on what that does and does not mean. Sentence people are getting wrong. Effective March 1st, 2026, the SBA stopped screening 7A small loan applications with SBSS. That does not mean credit stopped mattering. Lenders still run prudent credit analysis and they may use their own model, provided it does not rely solely on consumer credit scores. The scorecard at the door is gone. The underwriting behind the door is not. And plenty of banks and commercial lenders still use SBSS outside the SBA program entirely on their own conventional business lending where nothing changed at all. Before you go looking at your own file, there's one thing about how this actually works that is worth knowing because it explains why nobody can hand you a clean list of who reports. A lot of your business borrowing history does not go to the bureaus directly at all. It goes to a member-owned exchange called the Small Business Financial Exchange. Lenders furnish their data there. and the exchange licenses it out. SBFE names its licensees on its own site. Blue Cognition, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, and LexisNexis Risk Solutions. So when you ask, does this lender report to Experian? The honest answer is often that they report to the exchange. And Experian is one of the places it can end up. Things follow from that, and both are practical. You cannot join the exchange, and you cannot report your own payments to it. They say that plainly. Anyone selling you a service that promises to feed your history into it is selling you something that does not exist. Can actually do is ask. Ask a lender or a vendor in writing which business bureaus they furnish to. Then open your own reports 30 to 90 days after your first payment and see whether it showed up. That is the only confirmation that means anything, because the account either appears on your file or it does not. Page specifically for the data that comes through the exchange at smallbusinessreport.com/SBFE. Now, to leave you with only a method, because you asked for names and some of them are stable enough to say out loud. On the card side, Chase Inc. and American Express Business Cards both report to Experience Business Bureau. Capital One and Citi do too. Bank of America goes to Equifax Business side rather than Experience. Those are as of this spring. And two from my own accounts, because no database I can find covers either of them. M&T Bank reports both their credit cards and their business line of credit to Experian and to the exchange. Citi their card and their line of credit to the exchange. Look at the difference between those two for a second, because Citizens Bank is the cleanest example of everything I just said. Ask, does Citizens Bank report to Experian? And there is no clean yes or no. They're furnished to the exchange. Whether it reaches Experian depends on which product Experian is pulling. That is not the bank hiding something from you. That is just how the system is set up. And it is why this question never has the tidy answer people expect. The volatile ones are your vendors. And that is where I want you looking, because there's a finding in there that will annoy you. The three vendors almost every business credit guide tells you to open first, including older material of mine, are Uline, Quill, and Granger. On the current data, two of them are listed only under other with no name bureau, and the third cannot be confirmed at all. That does not mean the report know it. It means nobody can confirm they are feeding the score you open them to bill. If a PAYDEX is at least one vendor whose bureau is actually named, and then run the check I just gave you to prove it landed. The full list with dates on every row is in the decoder, because a list like that needs a date more than it needs length. So you want to see your own numbers. Reasonable. Here's the honest map, including the parts the comparison article skip. Nav has a free account and it will show you Experian and Equifax business credit. What it shows you is a summary and a letter grade and a range. It is not your actual score. That is a real difference, and it is worth knowing before you go looking for a number that is not there. Dun & Bradstreet have a free tier called Credit Insights. It gives you risk range indicators for 4 scores and ratings, PAYDEX among them. Again, a range, not the exact PAYDEX number. Their paid tier, which does show the numbers, runs about $49 a month. SBSS you cannot buy from FICO at all. They do not sell it to business owners. The route to seeing one is NAV's top paid tier, around $75 a month. I'm telling you the pay prices so you can decide, not so you go buy something. Most people reading this, the free tier is enough, because what you need at the start is direction, not a decimal. A range that says you are at the low end tells you the same thing a number would. And there is one asymmetry here that surprises everyone, so let me say it carefully. This credit file is far more open than your personal one. Experience say outright that anyone, including your competitors, can buy your business report without your permission. And the dispute rights you have under the Fair Credit Reporting Act are built around consumer reports. with that though. The Fair Credit Reporting Act still applies when a lender pulls your personal credit for a business loan. The rules under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act do apply to business credit. Your business file the way you would check a public listing of your company, because that is closer to what it is.
Let me put the whole thing in one place. Dun and Bradstreet's PAYDEX grades whether you pay, and 80 is the ceiling for paying on time. Experian and Equifax forecast whether you are about to stop paying. And FICO's SBSS blends your business with your personal file, which is the one you cannot build your way out of. If you only do one thing after this, go find out which of those a lender you actually want has been looking at. Ask them. Most banks will tell you, and if you have been paying every invoice on the due date for a year, move a few of them to day 15. That is the smallest change in this entire episode, and it is the one that moves a real number. I put all 4 scores on one page, what moves each one, where to see it free, and what free leaves out. It is linked below, no cost. This content is for educational purposes only. Always follow up with your own research before making any financial decisions. Keep that momentum going. I'll see you on the next one.